All right. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Norbert making this little video with the great Tony Moore. Tony Moore is running the first five-person team tournament in the world, as far as I know, and this will be held on July 9th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Or the 9th of July if you're not on the stateside.
I'm trying to encourage a U.S. team to come. You see, I'm already. But the 9th of July up at Element Games in Stockport. And part of the fun of a team tournament is the pairing process. And every system has a slightly different variation of the process, and it can sometimes get confusing. So we thought it would be a great idea to do a video kind of explaining the process of how people will be pairing things on the day, and also what tables they'll choose on the day. So Tony, as the TO, I'm going to turn it over to you to explain the process, but I'm going to be running the table here. Like, we have a pretend
Mhm.
table. And the way we've worked it is that we have five good guys along the bottom. That's like one team, okay?
Yeah.
And then at the top, we have five bad guys as another team. And these would be indicative of each player. And
Yes.
the only thing I'm going to represent is if a card is supposed to be hidden at the time, since we don't have like a blank face on these cards. If it's hidden, I'm just going to pop this little card on it like this. So if it looks like that, that means the card is actually hidden. And then when I take it away, it's as if it were revealed.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you go.
Okay, so I'm going to just refer to these as good guys and bad guys. I guess the first thing to note is that the tables will be laid out. We will try and make the tables broadly even in terms of terrain, sort of sizes and quantity across the rows. But in terms of picking tables, effectively you will do your choices working from the left. So we're going to do this process on table 3, and you will place the first pick on to your left, your far left, and the second pick to your left, and then the final one will be in the middle. Of course, your opponent reverses that, so that's on your right, far right, right, and then where we are. But hopefully that'll make sense.
So
Um,
let me state it another way to help explain
yeah,
it. So this table, as if we're pretending to do this now, in real life, this would be the middle table of the five that you should be doing this
correct.
on.
Yeah,
Okay, and so that means you have the good guys have two tables on their left, and the bad guys also have two tables on their left.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, so what we do first is each team will place a pairing card down secretly.
Okay.
So for the good guys, we're going to lead with Captain America.
Okay. And this is secret.
That's a secret. And the bad guys, I'll leave it to you, my friend.
Oh, well, of course it will have to be Red Skull.
There we go. So they're down. Neither team knows exactly what the other person's put down,
Hmm.
and they are revealed simultaneously.
Okay.
So there's no sort of priority role built into this or anything like that because it's revealed simultaneously.
Okay.
Now, what the good guys are now looking at is to give Red Skull two choices to pick from.
Hmm.
Just as the bad guys are going to give Captain America two choices to pick from.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Red Skull Doctor Strange's Defenders, and we'll go with Cable's X Force. Now both of these are hidden, and will be revealed at the same time as the other set as well.
So who do
So
we like into Captain America?
we'll go with Kingpin and we'll go with Green Goblin since they're fairly they're all the same way the cards there, then aren't they?
Okay. All right. So
Okay,
everybody's hidden. Put those down.
so all that's hidden, and once both teams have made those decisions, the cards are then revealed.
Hmm.
Um, there will be some sort of award for the best pairing cards as well, so you can make these as elaborate as you wish. So we're gonna put Captain America because Captain America would make the choice here. So they're gonna pick Kingpin for that one,
Okay.
and Green Goblin goes back into your hand as the bad guy. And then who's Red Skull going to pick?
I think he wants to take out Doctor Strange.
Okay, so then Cable comes back into hand, and then you have got your first two matchups
So
on
these,
the.
yep. So these are going to go on the very outside left table. So these ones here
Yeah,
are going all the way on the far left table, and these ones
yeah,
here go all the way on the far left as far as these people are looking at the tables.
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, you pair to the left. Yeah. So the next bit again, it leads with a hidden card.
Mm-hmm.
So the good guys are going to mix it up, and we're going to go with Wakanda. So Black Panther's Wakanda,
Mm-hmm.
and again that's a hidden card, so we don't know what that is yet. And then the bad guys get to place a hidden card too.
Who? I think Green Goblin.
Okay, and again that's hidden. And then those cards are then revealed simultaneously. And then effectively you pair into the two cards that are left. So I'm going to put my what forgot left. I'm going to put my Avengers in. Sorry, not Avengers. My Asgard into Green Goblin,
Hidden.
and that's secret.
Mm-hmm.
And then which one are you going to put into Black Panther?
Oh, definitely Magneto.
Okie doke. And again, that is a hidden card. Those would then be revealed, and those pairings would go to the left and right of the centre table. And then the two that are left being X Force and Black Order would be the pairing in the middle table. And that gives us our full 5 pairings across the row.
Okay. And can you explain a little bit how you expect people to bring cards? You mentioned a little bit something there, but I'm not clear on what you meant.
So pairing cards are just the physical cards that we're going to put down to do the pairing process. Now I will have a deck of playing cards that can be written on or what have you. But I know some teams like to do something a little bit cool. So they could have pictures of themselves, or they could have artworks that represent the characters. They can sort of do whatever they want as long as it's broadly card sized, just to help that process. I mean, we over the years have done all sorts of things in the Warhammer community for playing cards or for pairing cards. So one year we basically really badly superimposed our faces on bikini models, for example. One year we got or a team did memes, or for the different factions that they were using, and then wrote the names on. So it's however you want to interpret that, as long as it's clear to both teams which one is being put down. But if you've got a big event, clear identities across the teams, you can do something like that. As I say, there will be playing cards or a deck of playing cards that players can just literally write the name and the possible affiliations on if they prefer. But there will be some sort of a small token prize for the best pairing cards as a team. So they need to obviously match. So if they're in all different shapes and sizes, that's going to be a bit of a giveaway.
Right.
So they all need to be the same size, but the size doesn't need to be the same across all the teams.
Right.
As long as they're the same size and shape and backing. In your team, then I don't mind if one team is playing card size and another team is postcard size. It doesn't really make much difference.
Yep. And the last question I had then is, how will people know what each player that they're looking at, what rosters belong to them? Is it all just in Longshanks, or will there be printouts or something like that?
So we're still working on Longshanks. So at the moment they only accommodate 3-man teams, but I'm talking to Sam and I keep nudging him because he is working on a 5-man team event through Longshanks.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally we would have that. The list submission date will be 2 weeks before the event. on that Friday.
Mhm.
So anything that is updated on the Atomic Mass Games website affiliation list will be usable as long as it is on there by the I want to say the 24th of June. I believe that's the right. Yeah, so anything on the 24th of June, which is the list submission day, is fair game. I will collate all of that information into one document, which will be issued to the team captains. So there will be printouts for each team to have a look at their opponent's team. So they'll have a full printed list of exactly what cards they've got, what character they've got, etc. So that's all free information. So they'll have that to hand in front of them when they do the pairing process.
Okay, great. So it'll be possibly on Longshanks, but certainly, regardless of Longshanks, it'll also be paper copies on the day.
Correct, yeah. And as I say, there will be a PDF document sent out to all the team captains ahead of time as well. So I know, depending on how much you want to sort of go down that rabbit hole, you can start looking at pairing processes and who's doing what, who you fancy your chances are. So you can sort of start to have those conversations as a team then.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Thank you so much. How can people get a hold of you if they have further questions?
So on Twitter, it's at the Count More. On Facebook, obviously, it's just me. I'm in many of the various Marvel groups on Facebook. Happy to take a friend request, direct messages, etc. And apparently, I'm on Discord. I have some logins for that. Whatever I just sent over to you.
Yeah, it's count
What am I on
more,
here?
count more, but I forget the numbers now.
There you go. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, any which way, but Twitter I'm most active on, and I say in the various Facebook groups. If you comment on the actual event itself on Facebook as well, I'll obviously pick those up as I see them as well.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for walking us through this. We can't wait. I'll be there with my London team.
Yep.
And
No. Very good.
we've got two Spanish teams. We're hoping for a Scandinavian team and also
Yeah.
maybe an Italian and French team to come along at this stage.
Yeah, we've got an Irish team as well. The Scottish guys are putting a team together.
Amazing.
So yeah, we're looking good for the multinational sort of vibe that we want to go for. And there will be a prize for the best international team, which includes Ireland and Scotland. So and then an overall winner as well. So yeah, we'll try and make sure that everyone's fighting for something in that sense. So yeah, no, we're looking forward to hosting another event at Element Games.
It's going to be fantastic, and it's so exciting to be the part of the first five-person MCP event. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm really giddy.
Okay. Oh, and one last thing. This is all going to be live streamed by the Honest Wargamer. Is that
It
correct?
is, yeah. So so we're gonna stream one set of 5 tables each round. So it might not be the top table in the early rounds because that's obviously to be decided. Although the last round will be for the winner. So we'll have live commentary, and they'll sort of flip between the 5 games across that matchup. And then I think I'll be acting as a bit of a roving reporter while I'm sort of running the event itself, just giving updates and feedback as to how the event's going, what matchups, any early results and things like that. So yeah, it's full coverage through the Honest Wargamer. So
That's amazing.
yeah, that's looking really cool.
Yeah, that all 5 tables are, not all at once, but all 5 tables will be available to be looked at across the team. That's
Yes,
amazing.
so I think on the day it'll just be you'll flip through, so they'll go, oh, something's happening on table 3.
Right.
Thanos has just failed to wound Cable.
Yeah.
Right, let's go over there and see what the X-Force players are how they're gonna respond. That kind of thing. So they'll be able to sort of flip between them to give you a bit of an overall coverage of all 5. They might stay with one for a bit and then move over to another. And as I say, roving reporter for the rest of the hall.
Hmm.
So
Who's doing
yeah,
the commentary apart from Rob?
it's still just being sort of finalised and agreed at the moment. What we're trying to do is get somebody that's pretty keen on the game itself and the mechanics, and the input from that side, and then trying to balance that with someone that knows a little bit more about the comics and the background and the narrative of it.
Hmm.
So you're kind of going to get those two viewpoints. So one person will say, "Oh, Thanos has just failed to damage Cable," and then the other person's going, "Yeah, that's because he's just put his shield up and his body sliding around, and
Yeah.
and adds a little bit of flavour." So that's kind of what we're trying to get. Whether we get that or not, I don't know, but we will see. But it's not been done before, so we'll have to just do it as best we can, really.
I think the narrative aspect of this game is what makes one of the things that makes it so unique. So having a streamer kind of talking in that kind of vein would be wonderful. So, all
Yeah,
right, Tony, thank you so much for the informative description of how to do the pairings, but then also giving us a bit of background about the event itself. So, again, it's on July 9th at Element Games in Stockport, England, and get a hold of Count Moore, Tony Moore, if you'd still like to attend.
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.